The 2021-22 season didn't go as planned for the Brooklyn Nets. Injuries, mandates, and the lack of team chemistry plagued them of their limitless potential. Other than the Lakers, the Brooklyn Nets were the most covered team in sports media, but for all the wrong reasons. For one, Kyrie Irving refused to play during the mandate, resulting in the destruction of team chemistry. James Harden forced his way out, resulting in a lower chance to compete for a title, and the Nets set a franchise record for using 43 different starting fives by the end of the regular season. After saying all that, would you believe the Brooklyn Nets could still be favored to win it all just a season later? For me to explain why the Nets could be title favorites, we first have to look away from Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving for just a second. As you all know, Ben Simmons sat out his entire first season with the Nets due to a back injury. But with reports saying he is now ready to suit again, this is leaving many fans wondering how he'll fit alongside KD and Kyrie. Let's first talk about what exactly he brings to the table. In the 2020 season, Ben Simmons was arguably the best perimeter defender in the entire NBA, and finished third in the Defensive Player of the Year race behind Draymond Green and Rudy Gobert. The Nets ranked 20th in team defensive rating, and they were even ranked as the third worst defensive team in last year's playoffs. I hope it's now obvious how important Ben Simmons is to their roster. If not, let's briefly cover what he brings offensively. The last time Simmons was on the floor, he averaged 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, while shooting 55% from the field and 30% from three. While it's noted he isn't a great shooter, he is an extremely strong and efficient driver of the basketball and has shown flashes of floaters, fadeaways, and even has pretty good form when shooting mid-range jump shots. All in all, I think Ben Simmons could possibly be the key to Brooklyn's success. Back in June, the Nets traded for one of the best 3-and-D wings in Royce O'Neal. He shot 39% from three and 80% from the free throw line for the Utah Jazz. He isn't a star by any means, but he's the perfect glue guy for a team with championship aspirations. Royce O'Neal won't only provide as much needed three-point shooting, he is also without a doubt one of the best defenders in the NBA. Even at 6'4", he is able to defend 3 to 4 positions at an extremely high level. All in all, Royce O'Neal's a solid two-way player who will thrive playing alongside Brooklyn's two stars. Everyone remembers TJ Warren's amazing offensive performances in the bubble. Now imagine that alongside Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. During the 2019-20 season, TJ Warren averaged nearly 20 points per game while shooting 53% from the field and 40% from the three. After the departure of James Harden, the Nets lack shot creators and consistent shooters, but TJ Warren will fill that role almost perfectly. Whether he's a starter or coming off the bench, Warren will always be a scoring threat. Warren's biggest concern has to be how injury-prone he is and how little effort he shows on the defensive end at times. In TJ Warren's 7 seasons at the NBA, he has never played a full season, which doesn't sound good, especially after seeing how effective the Nets roster were due to injuries. On the defensive end, he isn't terrible. When he decides to fully lock in, he's actually a pretty solid defender with good size and length. In the best case scenario, a lineup of Kyrie, KD, Simmons, and Warren would have the most offensive firepower over any team in the NBA. The Nets were ranked 24th in three-pointers made last season, making them statistically one of the worst shooting teams in the league. On the bright side, Brooklyn sharpshooter Joe Harris is expected to be 100% healthy heading into this season. He is a career 43% three-point shooter on an average 5 attempts per game. This is where playing alongside Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving will benefit him when it comes to getting open, catch and shoot threes, and being able to freely maneuver around screens without being doubled. He isn't a great defender, but I can't recall any times I've seen him get targeted by opposing teams. For the most part, he can hold his own on that end of the floor. Brooklyn's second sharpshooter is Seth Curry, a career 44% three-point shooter on an average 4.5 attempts per game. He's an extremely valuable piece for the Nets. Not only is he an elite three-point shooter, but he shot 87% from the free throw line, which is one of the reasons the Nets ranked 6th in free throw shooting percentage. Now, that brings us to Patty Mills, who shot 40% from three on 7 attempts per game. He's a reliable shooter who can be counted on to hit big timely shots when asked, and is a proven fit in Brooklyn's system. Having Patty Mills, Joe Harris, and Seth Curry as your three-point shooting options is really promising, especially when you add 6'10" elite playmaker Ben Simmons in the equation. In order for the Nets to fully maximize their title chances, Kevin Durant and Kyrie have to be on the same page and prioritize winning a championship. Now, I don't believe their relationship is as bad as the media portrayed it to be, but it's obvious that those two need to work things out both on and off the court. They're still MVP talents who are still in their primes and can produce at a championship level. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this.